are coming back with another video, man. So it looked like this Jaxson Dart situation is back in the headlines because him and Coach John Harbaugh spoke to the team yesterday to basically talk about this President Trump situation. If you guys do not know, been living under a rock, Jaxson Dart has been in the headlines as of recent. Him and his teammate Abdul Carter been having a little words online, man. Fans has been reacting to it. The New York Post released this article today. It says Jaxson Dart addresses teammates after Trump introduction controversy. Now, before the Giants took the practice field this week, the entire football operating gathered to address the political element in the room. Jaxson Dart and other locker room leaders spoke in a meeting to clear the air on their quarterback's decision to endorse President Trump last Friday. Now, Dart's interest into political arena caused pretty much, let's just say, circus online, man. Carter later posted an update post says, Dart are good. We had a conversation as to men to work things out. And Coach John Harbaugh, like I stated, spoke about the matter. And I believe that's down here. So it goes on to say it really feel great, Harbaugh stated at this introductory press conference. And I'll tell you, I also noticed on that post that he said, and John take the job. Dart did not seek or need permission from the Giants to participate after receiving an invitation from Trump's camp. The Post previously reported if he had, he would have been advised that he was representing himself and not the team. So basically, he didn't tell anybody that he got that damn invitation. Now, there is some people over at W Fan YouTube channel, Tiki Barber, former New York Giants Super Bowl winning running back, actually spilled the beans about what was said within that locker room. Let's listen to Tiki Barber.
And Ian Rappaport. Other team leaders spoke up as well, and Dart and the players worked through it. They are moving forward. Ian Rappaport adds, Giant leaders such as Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Jameis Winston all spoke and worked to put it behind them. What I find fascinating is this is now a story again. There's a reason why we're talking about it to begin our show. Who leaked this? Like, who in the Giant room said, I got a great idea. I want everybody to know that we talked about it. Now, you could say, well, it's a good thing they talked about it because they could put this minor issue aside. Yeah. But it brings it back into the news cycle. So I'm always curious about who leaks what and why. Yeah, You've been in a room. Was a player leaking this?
No, maybe. Maybe this was, someone reaching out. Not even reaching out, just having a regular conversation with somebody and saying, oh, yeah, Jaxson did this. And then you get a follow-up question, and ultimately the details of it start to leak out or come around. But honestly, this feels like much ado about nothing again. I know that this caused a social media reaction, and bringing it back up, like addressing it, is going to create another social media reaction. But it's also just noise. Ultimately, these guys are going to get together and play football, and that's what's going to matter. And if they're good, great. If they're not, then whatever the excuse is going to be. It's not going to be this. It's not going to be this locker room was divided because of politics. We've heard this multiple times. Did we hear this about the Mets? Yeah. How much did we dismiss that for the Mets last year when it probably was more likely to be the case because there were veteran players who were older and had established mentalities about politics? You're talking about a young locker room and two young players who basically came into the league a year ago, creating controversy over politics. It doesn't make sense to me. And so the fact that this came back up is, to me, it's the Giants' way. I mean, I don't know who I'm using Giants as a collective. It's their way of saying, leave us alone with this. So maybe the Giants put this out there.
To put it to rest?
Just to put it to rest.
But obviously it was a big enough issue where it was addressed. Yeah. Like, you can't say, no one can say now, well, it was nothing, because obviously when you've got veteran leaders addressing it in the room, it was important enough for it to be talked about.
But I also think, let's not forget who's running is the wrong word, but is in charge, is the forward face of the New York Giants.
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh, who is an experienced coach, who has a comprehension of this needs to be addressed now and flushed away, right? Let's wipe your tush now and flush it away.
Wipe your tush
and flush it away.
Yeah.
Right? Don't leave that stank hanging around and just get rid of it. And so I think that it might have been orchestrated simply to make it go away. Here, look, we talked about it. Got everybody's on the same page. We have no issues going forward. This is a non-story.
I assume, because I know I've heard you say this, and Boomer has said this in the past, that locker rooms are like America, right?
100%.
It's got all different personalities, all different kind of people, all different kind of opinions.
That is very true.
So if that's true, and there are, how many guys are in that room at OTAs? Because it's not training camp yet, but it's 80 guys, 90 guys?
Close.
Yeah, and it's a
What's the practice squad now, 11?
Yeah, well, according to the reports, it's been a 90-man roster, but who hasn't showed up or not?
I figure most guys have shown up.
Yeah, so say 80,
So
85.
If there are 85 guys in a room and it represents America, here's how it sounded. There are people in that room that are obsessed with Donald Trump. They love that man.
Right.
He's a god. I love all his policies. He's hilarious. He's my guy. There's also people in that room that hate the man's guts.
Right.
That have derangement syndrome, as they say.
But here's the other thing.
Yes.
There's a lot of people in that room
I was going to get to this. Go ahead.
who have no voice.
Who don't care or have no voice?
No.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not talking about don't care. Yes, there are a lot that don't care. Like, what the hell are you even talking about?
I would even say that's the majority.
I would agree with you.
Yes.
They don't have an opinion one way or another. Maybe they have their father or mother's opinion, but they haven't formed their own opinion.
And they're certainly not going to fight about it because they don't know enough about to fight about it.
But I would also say that some of those people who might have, like, whatever, polar on one side, they also don't have a voice.
They don't feel comfortable with a voice.
Yes.
In a room like
or
that.
they don't have the credibility to have a voice.
Right.
Right? If
The backup linebacker is going to start breaking down geopolitics.
If you're here for a cup of coffee
Yeah.
and you haven't established yourself as one of the leaders, you don't have the voice.
Right.
Like, you can have an opinion. I'm never skirting or diminishing or marginalizing your opinion, but you don't have a voice. And so, like, it's the weird thing about athletic locker rooms. You don't get your voice until you earn it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until you become someone who is a trusted player, who is a leader. And that's not, Jaxson Dart type leader or Brian Burns type leader. I'm just like a leader of your whatever unit, your position group room or whatever it may be. And so I feel like this is so much about what potentially is happening and not what's actually happening.
I agree, but we don't know because we're not in the room. We just get the reports that they talked about it.
Yes.
That Jordan Raanan added, sources told me, among the topics discussed was keeping things internal and not airing frustrations publicly.
Right.
The Giants do not think this is something that is problematic now or moving forward, but they addressed it.
So reread what you just said.
Okay. Sources told me, and by me I mean Jordan Raanan.
Forget the sources told me. Just what they wanted.
Keeping things internal and not airing frustrations publicly.
Now, does that sound like a player said that?
No.